Yeah, hi, good morning, guys. Audible.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay, fine, guys. So I hope you guys are doing good. And so we can go ahead with today's session. So last session we started about oops part, right? Oops part two. Yeah, oops part two. And before oops part two, we discussed about the oops part one. Oops part one. In the oops part one, we discussed about I would say introduction to oops, class and object, and we discussed about types of variables, and we discussed about types of methods, and we discussed about types of constructors, types of constructors, and we discussed about access specifiers, access specifiers. So these are the things which we discussed in the oops part one. So once we are familiar with the oops part one, and after that we started with the oops part two. In the oops part two, we have the principles are like encapsulation, and the second one is I would say inheritance. I can say inheritance, and third we have polymorphism, and fourth one we have abstraction. And I given like the overview of each principle as well, right? Encapsulation meaning it is the process of combining variables and methods as a single entity is called encapsulation. So what is the main advantage of the encapsulation is code security, and we can reuse the code. And next we have the inheritance case. Next we have the concept that is inheritance. Inheritance meaning, and today's session we can go ahead with the inheritance. Inheritance. Okay, what is the definition for the inheritance? Inheritance meaning it is the process of extending the properties from one class to another class. Extending the properties from one class to another class. Extending the properties from one class to another class is called inheritance. What is the properties and how we can extend the one class to another class? So basically, for example, why we are going with the inheritance and what is the purpose of inheritance, so that we can try to understand. Okay, so where actually I would uh, normally I can go with my id. This is my id, and where I would mention eclipse. This is eclipse I'm opening, and so here basically like inheritance meaning it is the process of extending the properties from one class to another class. And the next point is I am trying to tell the next point. Next point is we can achieve with the help of inheritance. We can achieve code reusability. Code reusability. Reusability.
Sir,
Reusability
yesterday completed, sir.
completed. Types of inheritance as well as, right? There are types
Yes.
of inheritance.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. In yesterday class, RX.
Types of inheritance also completed, like single level, multi-level, hybrid, hierarchical, everything is completed, right? Shall I
Yes,
go
yes.
with the polymorphism?
No, sir.
Which topics? So there are types of inheritance, like I would say single level inheritance, and second one I would say multi-level inheritance, and next after we have hierarchical inheritance, hierarchical inheritance, and after that we have I would say multiple inheritance, and after that we have hybrid inheritance. These are the inheritance we have. So this all completed, right?
No, sir.
Yes,
Sir,
sir.
only first two completed, sir.
Okay, okay, yeah. So single level meaning we can inherit the properties from parent to child. So here we can inherit the properties from more than one level is called multiple inheritance. And here we can extend the properties from multiple child class from only single parent. Here the definition for the hierarchical inheritance here which is used to it is the process of extending the properties from it is the I can say extending the properties from single parent class to many child classes. Many child classes is called hierarchical inheritance. For example, like this simply I can copy this one hierarchical inheritance and then where I could paste here. Okay. Now let us assume only parent is the only one class. From that parent, uh, parent if parent have the multiple childs, so all they can take the properties from parent only, right? For example, let us assume there is a our father and the father have the childs, right? Like son and daughter, two sons, two daughters, like that, right? So generally what happens the scenario, whatever the father is having the properties, so at the end of uh, the father have to dispense his properties to whom? His child only, right? Yes, the same concept how we can write programmatically, that we can write programmatically by using there is a concept called hierarchical inheritance. There is a concept called hierarchical inheritance. It is the process of extending the properties from single parent to many child classes. Many child classes. The best example for hierarchical inheritance is I am taking public normally, generally the normal Java class syntax is access specifier class and I can take father. Okay. So the father has two properties that might be the land and gold. And after that, the father want to dispense his properties to his children. For example, there are two properties. One is land property, second one is the gold property. And he want to dispense the his properties to the children. Land property he want to give to the son, and the gold property he want to give to the daughter. Same scenario, how we can write the logical Java programmatically, how we can write the Java program. This is the scenario. So see, generally Java language is nothing but whatever the situations we are observing in our surroundings, anything, entire thing we can write the Java program and entire thing. So generally Java program we can, I would say, normally you can think and you can analyze and you have to write the program your own way. That is not only a Java language, any language you have to analyze, you have to implement, you have to write the program your own way. So this is the thing you have to do. Okay, and this is also the same scenario. If the father have the multiple childs and the father want to dispense his properties to those childs, same scenario how you can write Java program. So if you see here, class I'm taking as the father, and father has two children, like I would say public class Sun is the one's children. This is the scope of the sun. And the next one is public class. And I would take daughter. And he has two properties. What properties he has? Land property is the one property. Okay. And the next one is, I would say, this is the land property. And the next he has gold property, public void, I would say gold property. Okay. These are the two properties. He want to dispense his properties to the childs. One is the son, second one is the daughter. How we can do that one? That I can show you programmatically. So that once you are familiar with that one, then you know you are good at hierarchical inheritance. Okay, fine. Yeah. So I could go to any of the project. So here I would try to take the class that is father. Guys, closely observe. If you confuse anywhere, you can let me know. I can repeat and all. Father has two properties. I am assuming father have two properties. One is land property, and so here I can take source statement, and here I can write. So he father has 2 acres of land in BML Levuta. 2 acres of land in BML Levuta. BML Levuta. Okay. Yeah. And next one is next property is, I would say, public void gold property, and this is the scope of gold property. And here I would mention sort statement, and here I would mention uh, father has 1 kg of gold. So the father want to decide, he has to dispense his properties to whom? One property you want to give to the son, and gold property you want to give to the daughter. So the same scenario, how we can write the programmatically. So this is the program which I written from. These are the properties are initially belong to father, and the father want to dispense his properties to its kids. So that is the reason what I would do. So simply I am taking the class called father class. I'm taking already taken the father class, son class I'm taking. So we want to inherit from father to child. How? There is a, we are making the relation with the help of extends keyword. When you mention extends keyword, right hand side always it should be the parent. Now there are two classes, guys. Son is the child class, and the next one is father is the parent. So extends keyword left side is the son class, and right side is the extends class. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Fine. Yeah. So now he wants to. You can create object for the son class, and there is a shortcut for creating the object. Create a main method. Take main method and create object. New son. Control Shift +1. Okay. Now whatever the method he want, that you can extend. That I would say land property. That's it. So if you see here closely, so the son does not have any properties, but he is inheriting the properties from parent. Who is the parent? Father is the parent, right? He is inheriting the properties from that here by using keyword called extends keyword. Okay, this is with respect to son. Okay, fine, very good. Now if I run this one, then I can able to get the answer which is coming from the parent property. So see here. Now who is using this one? Sun class is using this one. Okay, that is very good. Now there is a next cons. I would say there is. I would say daughter I am taking. And here also he wants the same concept, extends father, and where I would mention take main method, and here also create object new daughter. Yeah, that you can store in one reference variable, and that class name is okay, fine. Now she want to call the gold properties. Yeah, I'm saying this one, and see. So actually, daughter, son don't have any properties. They are inherent in the property of base. So that kind of situation can go ahead with the hierarchical inheritance. Hierarchical inheritance. I hope everybody is clear, guys. Any issues with the hierarchical inheritance? You guys are clear? Please confirm in the chat box.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, yes, yeah, right.
Sir, can't we have all the classes in one file, like the parent
No, no, no,
class and the child
no,
class?
no, no. As like in the uh, according to the Java standards, each class should be in each file. Okay, each file. For example, yeah, that is the Java standard. But if you want to write and if you want to run in the same file, then in that case, you have to take access specifier only the main method class. Okay, remaining classes, no, no, don't mention access specifier, and then you can write the same file multiple classes. But that is not recommended approach. But according to the Java standards, every class should be in the individual file. Okay, so that is the thing. Got it, guys? Got it? What I'm saying? Every class should be in each class should be individual file, Java file. Okay, one file does not contain two, three classes. Every file contain, I would say, each file contains single class only. Yeah, normally at the time of practice, if you want to practice, so at that practice time, so for example, if I take the main method, today topic is inheritance. For example, now if you want to write the program for the same concept, public class father, and this is the scope of the father, and here I'm taking public void gold, and this is the scope of the gold method, and next I will take public void land method, and this is the scope of the land. And after this, if I want to write other classes, then no, don't mention access specifier. And this is what parent class. And next classes we have sun, right? Sun is the class, and sun class. And if you want to use these properties from there to here, and for this class you have to mention public, and for this class don't mention the public, and here you can take the main method. You can take the main method, and I would say public static void main, and I can say string args, and this is the scope of the class. So inside you have to inherit this one. And this file also you can save with the son. This file also you can save with the son. So that is the reason every file should have the each file have the each class. Okay, so like that you have to practice. Now, so what does it mean by hierarchical inheritance? Hierarchical inheritance means multiple child classes can inherit the properties from single child is called single parent is called hierarchical inheritance. Only one parent have the multiple childs, and multiple childs can inherit the properties from single parent. Single parent is called hierarchical inheritance. Hierarchical inheritance. Okay. Next up, once we are familiar with this hierarchical inheritance, next there is a concept we have. Hierarchical.